Team Jackson, what's happening? So when I get these messages from dudes telling me what they did to lose their girl, or, how can I get my girl back? I can almost always count on them also telling me how they're not a bad man. They ain't one of these trash dudes. They don't put their hands on women. They don't cheat. They make good money. Blase, blase, blase. But my thing is this, bro. Like, you being a good man, let's just say you are. That doesn't entitle you to keeping your good woman. It's all about the application. Like, what did you do or not do in a relationship? How does that measure out? Like, for example, even a good man can lose his woman if he's indecisive about the relationship and whether or not they should take things to the next level. Because for a decided woman, a woman that knows exactly what she wants out of the relationship and she was setting course for that out the gate and thought you were too, indecisiveness is a decision to continue wasting her time. So yeah, that's cool that you aren't cheating or disrespecting her. Really, you ain't supposed to be doing that anyway. But if you also aren't definitive about what you want out of the relationship, or you're not sticking to what it is that you said that you wanted in the beginning, it's going to start feeling to her like, you know what, this is bound to be one of them 14 or 15-year boyfriend and girlfriend relationships or situationships that eventually fizzle out just for me to see him move on to another woman and give her the commitment that I was asking for in 6 months or less. And depending on how old she is, hell, she may not have 6 or 7 years, much less 15 if she still wants to start a family. So you have to understand that the years and years of not moving things to the next level, you not knowing what you want starts communicating to her that you think she's playing about what it is that she says she wants. And she gonna show you better than she could tell you. Another thing a lot of good men do in order to still lose their good woman is be inconsistent. And I know somebody right now thinking, oh, if he's inconsistent, then he ain't a good man. But sometimes consistency or inconsistency is a matter of priorities. And too many of us have the mistaken mentality about relationships that it's a set it and forget it type of situation. It's just one and done. But no, brother, like, you don't win today's game off of yesterday's points. You got to get up every day and get buckets. So, that's cool that you used to set a lot of time aside for the two of you to spend together and go on dates, and used to put a lot of effort into the love making and used to help her in the kitchen, help her around the house and rub her feet after a long day. But how long is she supposed to savor the memory before you do it again? Because, it's similar to number one, but inconsistency on the good things easily turns into consistently doing the bad things, like neglecting her. She goes from feeling like your everything to feeling like an afterthought or that food that you leave on the back burner. And you know what happens whenever you leave food on the back burner and you keep forgetting about it? It goes bad. And what they say about a good girl gone bad? She's gone, probably forever. Realistically speaking, there are going to be times where you need to put a little bit more focus in this area or that one because hard times hit and you got to handle your business. So yes, as a good woman, she should be willing to sacrifice and understand for a moment, but you still can't lose sight of her needs. You can't lose sight of the relationship and your responsibilities in it and then try to fall back on, well, you know how much I care about you. You know I love you. No, she can't just know that you love her. She got to be able to see that on a regular basis. And I'm talking about actions, not just see statements that you're making about loving her. And another one that really ties into the last one is you not showing your appreciation. Like, understand, man, you can be thankful for your woman. You can be glad that she's in your life and all of that. But if you don't proactively show that appreciation, she's going to receive that, you know what? He's really ungrateful. I'm making all these sacrifices. I'm putting in all this work consistently. And he acts like it's no big deal. He won't even acknowledge me. And after a while, it starts feeling like you really don't value her. Now, how long do you think a woman that knows her worth is going to be treated like she's worth less? Fourth thing that a lot of good men do to lose their good woman is blur the lines of fidelity. Like, even if you don't cross that threshold of cheating, you're not in these girls' DMs, you're not having sex with other women, you're not sending them explicit pics or linking up with them. If you show an excessive amount of lustful attention for other girls, like when you on a date, if another woman walks by and you don't just glance, but you stare at her ass, or if you're constantly on these Instagram profiles of girls with their body out showing camel toes and nipples and all of that, or if you respond positively to other women that flirt with you instead of shutting them down, at best, it's sugar-coated disrespect. In the same way that cheating causes trust issues, so does sugar-coated disrespect. And more importantly, it just doesn't embody the characteristics of a man who's 100% all in and has absolutely no interest in cheating on his woman ever. And if that's where your good woman is at, then she's going to want a man who's on the same page as her. So put it like this. If cheating is dead on arrival, then blurring the lines of cheating is more like a terminal illness. It has the same end result. It's just going to take longer to get there in the relationship. And matter of fact, it might be worse because you got to add on to the trust issues, the same ones that cheating would cause, the feeling of guilt. Because she's going to be thinking to herself, like, maybe I'm thinking too much into this. Maybe I'm being too hard on him. But regardless of whatever it is that she decides there, she's going to be feeling perpetually unhappy. She's not going to have the same peace of mind that she came into the relationship with. And no woman is going to be able to tolerate those feelings of discomfort forever, no matter how much she loves a man. The last thing I say can cause you to lose your good woman is if you're too prideful. Now, it's fair to say that he ain't all that good of a man if he's too prideful, but good men and bad men alike, we've been misled to believe that relationships somehow revolve around us. There are already a lot of dudes who feel like they fulfilled their relationship obligation by simply being willing to settle down, but also because we see that there are a lot less good men on the dating scene than there are good women. But let me tell you something, whenever you get into a relationship with a good woman, she don't care about the dating scene. She's looking to get into a partnership. That means even though y'all roles may be different, your value is always going to be equal. Therefore, it ain't always about your perspective, your side of the story, what protects your feelings, what makes you comfortable. Her feelings gotta matter too. In situations where there's no clear-cut right and wrong, she just needs more support from you on something, more understanding, or, she wants to have a conversation on a topic or two that you otherwise wouldn't care about. You being the man, you being the leader of the household or whatever, cannot equate to her being essentially voiceless in the relationship. Like, even if you don't agree with her concerns, you have to respect them enough to be willing to meet her halfway, just off the strength of the love that you have for her. Like, what I'm essentially saying, man, is that it ain't about your resume as a good man and all the things on it that make you good. Like, a resume is good enough to get a job, but the only way that you're going to keep it is going to be based on the results that you're producing. That's going to outweigh your qualifications, your potential, what you came in doing. Like, a tree is only as good as the fruit that it bears. So if your good man tree ain't dropping good man fruits into the relationship, then yeah, it's only a matter of time before she drops you.